Na baada ya taarifa hiyo basi, mtazamaji, niruhusu sasa nikupeleke moja kwa moja hadi katika hifadhi ya City. Kumbuka tunafuatilia taarifa kuhusiana na jamaa ambao walikuwa wametekwa nyara, lakini zipo tetesi kwamba miili yao imepatikana katika eneo hilo. Mwanahabari wetu Ibrahim Karanja anafuatilia taarifa hiyo kwa kina. Tuvuke kule tung'amue mawili matatu.
Families have been following and coming to this place for one good month and they have never gotten an answer. Only when we were in court yesterday with the IG and the Director General of Police, of CID, in court, that's the time a message came that Justice's body is here. And when we came here, we found the way the bodies which were unidentified were following each other. So you know, the reason given is, one is murder. You know, how will you know? Murder because there is bad injury on the head. The other one is drowning. Those are the records here. And therefore, we really want the police to tell us, because they are the one in charge of security. We want the minister in charge of interior to tell us what is the policy of a thing like this. We want him to tell us, and the president to tell us, how can people who are handcuffed, people with guns, people who are hooded, people moving around with the fake number plates, can be allowed by police to do this? How come the police in Karen police station hated the putting of Gaitho into a pro box? And then when they get to Langata Road, they say, this is the wrong Gaitho, drop him there. So we want to know, and we are going to be following in court, because we want to cross-examine the police chiefs again, in this case of Stephen Kavingo. We have already produced those videos. How come that they investigated those police officers who helped Gaitho, the journalist, senior journalist in this country, to be battered in a pro box in a police station? That tells us that the police have a lot of information they are not giving us, they are not investigating on. Those officers need to be identified so that then this story can be told properly. We want the government to tell us, where are our children? I have quite a number from Makueni. There are those from Machakos and those from Kitui. And I have instructions from their families to help them. We're also going to take this matter to the floor of the House. As soon as the House opens, this is the topic number 1 of the House. We cannot allow the House to proceed when we don't know where our children are. So that the police moves with speed, produces these people, whether dead or alive, as they have been ordered by the court.
Well, let's hear from Muturi. Muturi, you came to bring solidarity with the families. What are your thoughts about this?
First and foremost, I think this is Manda most for what has been described by Honorable Manzo is something quite gruesome. And I think it is only fair that at this point in time, the country should shelve all other business they have to discuss this matter of abductions and extrajudicial killings. When I called the press conference on the 12th of January, I ended by saying that this matter, if left unchecked, can plunge this country into chaos and anarchy, and called for a national dialogue, or indeed a commission of inquiry to inquire into these gruesome murders and be told whether there is a policy. I'm not aware of it. I sit in government. I'm not aware of any policy that supports abductions and extrajudicial killings. And it is not right that parents like these ones and relatives can stay for periods in excess of 40 days looking for their loved young ones. And we sit somewhere claiming that we are discussing matters about the economy of this country. Economy for who? If we are killing them, abducting and killing the young ones, so who are you doing the economy for? This matter needs to be taken with the seriousness that it deserves. And you know, I said, I was lucky that when my son was abducted, I was able to reach the president, and he immediately ordered Nurdin Haji to release him. and he went ahead and released him. How about these parents and relatives who cannot reach the president? It is something that is so serious that we must shelve all other things that we are doing, because I do recall that during the campaigns, we went around the country saying that abductions, extrajudicial killings would never happen at our watch. But now it is happening. It has been happening, and we are trying to normalize it. As we are here, mourning and grieving about these 4 who have gone missing. We are also aware that 2 young men were killed in Nakuru in circumstances that are very clear that those involved are security personnel. I want to say we cannot be told that the police do not know. Our police is known to be one of the most efficient in this region. And therefore, if they wanted to crack this matter and bring the culprits to book, it will be a matter of just a few days or hours. So I'm calling upon everybody in government, and more so particularly because ultimately responsibility must belong to somebody. We say the buck must stop somewhere. In this case, the president is the president of the Republic of Kenya, head of government, and commander-in-chief of all defense forces. Therefore, Mr. President, I'm calling upon you now to order an end to these abductions, which you promised, killings, extrajudicial killings, and an open inquiry to examine, inquire into how these things have been happening. We cannot make it normal. We know that these are very young lives that have been taken away. What do you think the parents of these young ones are feeling? Everybody must put themselves in the shoes of these parents and relatives who have been agonizing. Did they enjoy Christmas? They could not, when everybody else was enjoying their Christmas. Surely, this must be something that we must take to the next level, where we must involve in a commission of inquiry, which must include people from all sectors. The law society should come up, be part of that commission of inquiry, religious groups, and the civil society groups like Amnesty International and others, Kenya Human Rights Commission. All of them, they should be involved in that commission, because we want the truth, and to put an end to this, we cannot take it as business as usual anymore, because I can just put myself in the hearts and the minds of these parents. You've seen one of the fathers here is not even able to appear because of the agony that is been taken through for the last 40 days. It's not normal. We must now address this matter with finality, with a view to getting to the root cause of these abductions and extrajudicial killings. Thank you.
Question to you, CS. Before Hussein comes in, I have a question for you and a question to Senator Manzo, who represents the family. For you, this is clearly a government that has failed to protect its people. A government under whose reign people are disappearing and found dead in morgues. You serve in this government, and if you still sit in the government, many years from now, your name will also be mentioned as one person who was in this government. Are you contemplating at any time to resign from government? The second question, even as you answer that, is to Senator Manzo. Senator, curiously, even as you represent the families, on the dates of the disappearances of these Kenyans between 17th, 16th, and 18th of December, and the dates where these matters were reported to the police, there's over a week. The police yesterday told the court that these matters were reported from the 26th. Why did it take that long? Yet we know the period that is allowed before a missing person report is booked at any police station. Let's start with this, yes.
Let me say the issue of resignation, not resignation, is a signed issue. You know, it suffices that I sit in government and I'm calling on government. I'm calling on government. the head of government is the president. This matter must be discussed. We cannot just say that you are in government or the other. No. Everybody who is involved must come out. And you know, government exists, among other things, to protect the lives and property of the citizens. These are citizens whose lives have been taken at a very young age. I mean, the issue of resignation or not, this is such a side issue. It suffices that I've made my point, that whoever wants to listen, and you have noticed, I have refused to respond to those side things about some people, you know, who have been told, sent there to go and say this and this. You know, I'm not going there. This is a very serious matter, you know, and actually it should take the anger of this country, because why are we allowing young boys and girls to be kidnapped, only later to be found killed? Surely, what kind of country are we? And we are pretending to be solving issues in DRC? This is a very serious issue. I mean, the number of people that have died are so many that it should prick the conscience of any right-thinking leader in this country. That's my position.
Before you leave, Gatete Joroge from Citizen TV, I wanted to ask a question. Do you feel the top security, the people heading the security organs in this country have failed us? We remember the other day we released, the report was released of cases of femicide where in 2024 we lost 170 women to cases of femicide and these cases of abductions. Do you feel the people who are in charge of the security organs in this country have failed and they need to leave office?
Let me not take a casual response to your very, very important question, because the reason why I'm proposing a open commission of inquiry, including all relevant stakeholders in this country, is so that we can go to the root cause. And therefore, and you know, the result, it would be recommendations which are actionable. So let me not jab the gun to respond one way or other about that. Suffices that that is my proposal. Others are at liberty to make their suggestions as well. Thank you.
Yes, on the matter of disappearances from that particular day, I want to confirm we were representing families like the father of Billy Mwangi, whose son was found, and quite a number of others, including Kavule, Bernard Kavule. They have been threatened that if they ever say what happened, they will be dead. There is also, you know, Bob Jaggi and his team. And we have also got the Miss MCA from Wanjia. So this story is big. But one thing which comes, even from parents who go to police station to the report, they are first harassed, they are threatened. They ask who went to the press, who talked about this. So, you know, even if you are investigating and you are already terrorizing the evidence, then you come to court and say, you know, we are unable to receive evidence from the public. You have terrorized them. How will they write a statement with you? So I want to agree with a senior citizen and, you know, a cabinet secretary in this country, who is also a very senior lawyer, that we need an urgent public of inquiry, serious one, so that everybody can now feel free to come and talk publicly, so that even the former abducted people can come and talk, so that Gaido can come and say how he was bundled in a pro box in a police station. How then will the IG deny that he has no idea? The investigators should be at current police station finding out who are these police and what communication they had with these hooded people to bundle Gaido in a pro box. So it's also, I also want to call upon Kenyans, those who have evidence that are bold enough, please give it to the police. So when OBs were written, the families were actually mishandled, meaning the police knew very well what they were doing. And unfortunately, this information can only come in a public of inquiry so that everybody heals. We agree, unfortunately, they have been killed. Others have been abducted. And by the way, the young abductees who have come out have said that they felt that at some point they were in a military confinement. That's why the IG has no business with the military. So this story is bigger. We want them to come and tell us, and we want to follow. and find her. And they say the military confinement was a place they were recovering from the beatings they got from the other building, which is not a police station. So something very illegal is happening in this country. And I really want to ask all Kenyans to be concerned and to ask the president what is happening, because he's the one in charge of security of this country.
Let me just close by saying this. I want to make this one appeal, that regardless of your position in society, in government, in the security sector, remember, whatever you are doing, one day you may have to answer for it personally. You hold or you carry personal responsibility. Those of them that may not be clear should be reminded about the Nuremberg trials. You cannot be excused for obeying illegal orders from wherever they may be from. So people and Kenyans, please, those of you, I've seen many of you have taken pictures. Make sure that those pictures you take, store them safely, even in the cloud. One day in this country, you may find that those pictures you have taken may be the answer to this intriguing situation that we are going through in this country. Thank you very much.
So very briefly, I'll just brief you on what we are doing here today. We have the 4 families. Just to clarify, Mlolongo, it's Mlolongo 4, not Mlolongo 3. These 4 who were abducted, they all know each other. They were actually friends. So 3 of them were abducted on 17th, and then they came back and picked Mbisi, the 4th one, or the day after. So it's Mlolongo 4 colleagues, not Mlolongo 3. 2, Justus and Martin, their fingerprints were taken, and of course the message was sent to their rural home. As Wakili has said, that information came to light yesterday. The other 2, we have information that the other 2 might be here, but the morgue attendants have asked us for time because there are very many bodies. So they're trying to locate on those dates those 2 whose features might resemble these other 2 colleagues. But the 4 families are here together. We are hoping that once everything has been confirmed, then we will move to the postmortem process. The bodies are not in very good shape. They appear to have, been mutilated. Even you can't really tell from the look on the faces only. You can't really identify who they are. It's the fingerprints and probably the DNA. So tomorrow, hopefully, we will be able to confirm if the other 2 are also here. But we are working closely with the morgue attendants to help us do that. They've asked us to come back tomorrow. But I echo the sentiments of the leaders who are here that, we have made killings and disappearances too normal in this country. Every other day, there's a report of a disappearance. Even as we are here, there's a family that has reported to us that they're looking for their father who went missing on Tuesday this week. We're still, searching. But we're asking Kenyans to speak up, to raise their voices so that we can end this practice of extrajudicial killings and enforced disappearances in our country. And we hope the leaders who are in office, those who are responsible, particularly the security agencies, it can't be normal that armed people in broad daylight using fake number plates are picking our people left, right, and center, and then you tell us you don't know. That cannot be true. If it quacks like a duck, it is a duck. This means these people are operating, most probably, with the authority and permission of those who are in power. So we are asking Kenyans and we are asking those in authority, kindly, let us respect the Constitution, let us respect the laws of the land, and let's put to an end this heinous practice of killings and abductions. Thank you.
Thank you colleagues. Thank you so much.
Na mtazamaji, ndio taarifa nzito ambayo tunaipata katika hifadhi hiyo ya Nairobi hapa jijini Nairobi, ambapo Hussein Khalid kutoka Haki Afrika ndo amekuwa wa mwisho kuzungumza na amedhibitisha kwamba hawa majamaa waliotekwa nyara mwezi Disemba mwaka 2024 ni wanne na ni marafiki kutoka eneo la Mlolongo. Na vile vile pia tumesikia semi ya waziri wa utumishi wa umma Justin Muturi, ambaye pia wiki chache zilizokuwa zimepita mwanawe Leslie Muturi alikuwa ametekwa nyara, japokuwa alipasua mbarika pale ambapo alisema kwamba idara ya ujasusi ndio ilikuwa imehusika katika hilo, na pia kumpata seneta Dan Maanzo akizungumzia ili swala zima la utekaji nyara kuwa ni kero nchini, na vile vile pia wameelekeza kidole cha lawama kwa serikali, wakisema kwamba ni kama serikali imelifumbia jicho. Mtazamaji, ndio taarifa ambayo tunaifuatilia kwa kina kujua hii miili miwili, je, itapatikana katika hifadhi hiyo ya Nairobi au la. Na ni taarifa ambayo mwanahabari mwenza Ibrahim Karanja anaifuatilia kwa kina. Bila shaka habari zikichipuka tutakupasha papa hapa ndani ya NTV Adhuhuri. Na kwa sasa mtazamaji wangu, niruhusu nichukue mapumziko mafupi, nitarudi na mengi zaidi yaliyojiri katika taarifa zetu.